This thing on? What's up? What's up, you guys? What's happening? Happy Friday. This is our live chat. We do it every Friday. As you guys can see, I got my little hologram in the background and all that good stuff. I'm excited. I'm excited because it's been a really, really good week of growth for me. And in this video today, you guys, what I want to talk about is how you can earn, 10K or more a month with your unclaimed funds business. We're going to talk all about foreclosures today, you guys. I'm super pumped, super excited. So do me a favor. If you're watching this video, if you're on live, go ahead and say what's up. Tell me, hey, tell me where you're from. If you're watching a replay, you guys can comment replay. This is supposed to be interactive. That's the whole reason why I do these live videos, because I want to interact with you guys. I want to answer your questions as you guys bring them up, but I also want to make sure I drop a little bit of knowledge for you guys, every Friday for a few minutes to help you all launch and start your business. If you watch this video, you don't know much about me, but somehow you stumbled across my channel or my Facebook group. Listen, my name is Joe. I actually teach people how to run businesses where you make money from foreclosures. We call it unclaimed funds. Whatever it's tax overages, mortgages, we do it all. We also do state funds and we do real estate investing. So I try to share the knowledge and bring some value so you guys can learn how my wife and I, how we earn a living working for ourselves. Well, I'm the entrepreneur of the house. I enjoy working for myself and, dictating my own schedule, but that's a whole nother story for another day. Okay. I want to talk today about how you can start making money now. So let's talk about the 3 things that you're going to learn in this video. I want to get right to the chase. Okay. I'm going to talk about the BS that you need to avoid. I'm going to save you all a ton of time and a ton of money so you don't get caught up in all that marketing BS that you see out there. Because I see it all the time. For some reason, everybody's a freaking coach these days. Everyone's got that magic wand that's going to make you a ton of money. So I want to help you guys be able to filter and weed through it so you know what's actually legit and what you should invest your time and your finances towards, and what is not good and how you should avoid it. Okay. I want to teach you how you can work for yourself. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur at some point in their life because they get caught up in the idea of personal freedom, which they should. Not everyone is cut out to do it, but I want to teach you guys in this video how you can work for yourself. I also, third and finally, I want to teach you guys how to make money from foreclosures. I absolutely love this because whether if you want to own and operate an investment home or you just want to make money off property, I can show you both ways. Okay. But I really want to teach you guys, the down and dirty, how to make it happen so you can start making money now versus waiting another year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And you're still in the same space talking about you wish you coulda, shoulda, woulda, but you still don't have the courage to get into the game of working for yourself and owning real estate property. All right. I think the thing that deters people the most is we are like, I don't have good enough credit, Joe, or Joe, I don't have the money. My money's tight. I'm paycheck to paycheck. And I'm like, what does that have to do with you owning property? There's so many creative ways to where you can get property that is profitable that you can start getting paid from now. There's so many ways you can make money from property, foreclosures specifically, to where you can start making money now. And it has nothing to do with your credit, it has nothing to do with what's in your bank account. You can start making a living right now. How do I know this? I do this daily and I teach my students who are in my academy. I launched my academy back in January 2022 and people have been coming in and that's all I've been teaching. I've been teaching people how to find these deals, how to close on them, and how to use other people's money, not their own, how to leverage other people's credit, not their own, how to get, money from working online versus working at a 9-to-5 job. That's what I do. And that's what I teach. And I think it's really important that you guys sit back, take good notes, and learn how to get this done. So let's go ahead. Let's cut through the BS. So one thing that I tell people all the time, everyone has courses these days. It's the digital age. And a lot of people are starting to stray away from traditional colleges. Like who wants to spend the next 4 years trying to learn something when you can learn it in a matter of a couple of weeks or a couple of months and make the same amount, if not more money than someone with a 4-year degree? Do you need a degree when you're working for yourself? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's very specific career fields where you do need a degree, right? If you're a doctor or a specialist, like an engineer, some of those things do require that type of education to do what you need to do. But when you're doing something on the entrepreneurial side, like working with mortgages and foreclosures and tax overages, this does not require a 4-year degree. This does not require that you get yourself wrapped up in something that's going to like put you $70,000, $80,000 in debt down the road just for you to find yourself in the same spot in the next 4 years as you are today. If you want to change your life today and find yourself in a better spot in the next 3 to 6 months, then you need to listen up. This is where it's at right here. Let's cut through the BS. At the end of the day, the BS that I hear all the time is, I got to think about it. I got to ask my spouse for permission, because she's the boss or he's the boss. I hear it all the time. And those same people that say it, they never get going. They always find themselves sitting idly, thinking about it, wishing about it, hoping someday they'll have enough money to do it. But when they do, they just get distracted with life and they do other things, but they never really pursue their goals and their dreams because they never have the courage to say, this is happening and I'm going to do it. Courage plays a major factor in entrepreneurship, risk management. Me as an entrepreneur, I take risks all the time, but of course, they're not blind risks. I don't take a risk without knowing what I'm getting myself into. I do my due diligence, I do my homework, and then I go ahead and I pull the trigger and I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's do it. That's exactly how I operate. And that's why I've been so successful the way it is. I know exactly what I'm getting myself into. I get the permission and I get the acknowledgement and the support before I start looking around for programs. I start doing all this stuff before, I run into roadblocks where someone's telling me no when all my momentum is saying yes. All right. You got to cut through the BS. You got to stop doing that to yourself. You got to stop looking for validation and asking people for permission to chase and follow your dreams. Because if that's what you're doing, what you're going to do is you're paving the way for yourself to be a W-2 earner for the rest of your life. There's nothing wrong with being a W-2 earner, but if that's not the cards for you, then you need to do something different. All right. Let's talk about working for yourself. Let's be real, you guys. You absolutely have to make some type of sacrifice or investment. You do. You just can't like going to college, right? We talked about going to college. You can't become a doctor, just skip college and think you're going to YouTube your way to the operating room. That's not how it works. And the same thing, like if you're going to go into like a business like what I do, tax overages, there's absolutely no way that you're going to start a business, do it the right way, and become profitable without some type of guidance or mentorship or coaching. When I opened my gym, back when I had one, we opened a gym back in 2016 and we were just coming out of a park and we had no clue, like the point of sale, what were the analytics and the data and the key process indicators. We knew nothing about the data that would help us drive our decisions to go forward. And that's what you need to learn. You need to be a student. You need to be willing to learn. You need to be willing to invest in your dream. If you're trying to be cheap and duct tape your way to 10K, 15K, 20K a month, I'm telling you right now, you're going to fall flat on your face. You're going to be discouraged. You're going to be upset. And you're going to be kicking yourself in the butt because whatever money you did invest, because you were being so cheap, it never really came to. You give up and then you go back to doing what you've been doing for your entire adult life. We have to find a way to break that cycle of kicking ourselves in the butt because we're doing it the wrong way. Trust me, my first investment for business was $20,000, you guys. You heard me right. $20,000. Now, I was scared. My heart was in my throat. I kept asking questions myself as I'm walking up to the line to get my credit card. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? But one thing that one of the speakers told me, he was like, he's like, when you know, plain and simple, when you know, And he's like, I'm a big advocate for using other people's money because at the end of the day, it's other people's money. And see, that credit card was somebody else's money. That wasn't my money. I didn't have $20,000 sitting in my bank account. That was somebody else's money. But they helped me launch my dream. And see, now my part of the commitment process was I had to hold myself accountable to make my investment back and then some. Within the first 12 months after that 20K investment, we made over 100K. So I think that you and I can both agree I made a very good investment. That $20,000 I invested in a coach, well, guess what? That was a tax deductible cost to me. So all these things fell in line with me. We had a very good first year. It was awesome. Most businesses, when they launch, it takes them a while to break even. We did pretty good. We did very good our first year, because at the end of the day, it was do or die. It was like there's no option, there's no point of failure, there's no giving up. Like it sucked. There was a lot of sacrifice, there was a lot of work I had to put into it. A lot of people, again, like when they come to me and they want to work for themselves, they don't want to put the time that's needed to make it happen. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm coming on live to tell you guys, you absolutely have to make the sacrifice to make your dreams happen. All right. So now I want to get into the juicy part. I want to get to the part that I'm excited about, because I think this is why you guys are here. I want to talk about foreclosure secrets. Okay. Because these foreclosures is what's going to change your life. Not only do you follow these processes to change the lives of other people who have suffered a foreclosure, but you're also creating your dream and you're building an income that's going to let you work for yourself, travel when you want to, work where you want to, all these great things. And this part of the process is called tax overages. Now, this is after the fact. This is after the home has been foreclosed on, went to an auction, and people bidded on it. And now there is money out there that is owed to somebody else that's out there. And this is the awesome thing about it. All the information that you guys need when it comes to these foreclosures, these tax overages. If you guys don't follow my YouTube video, please follow my YouTube video. But all these things that you guys, the information you need to find out how much money is out there, where it's at, who it belongs to, it's all public record. You don't have to pay for any software to find this information out. You really don't. It's literally, you can Google search your way to find these deals, to find these people, and then you can connect with them and offer them a deal to where you process claims on their behalf so they get paid and you get paid. It's called tax overages. It's one of the easiest things ever. So how do you make 10K a month? Because I know that question always comes up. Well, let me explain how you make 10K a month. If your goal is a specific number, there's nothing wrong with that, but you got a target, right? That's the only way you know how to operate. You make a target for yourself. You're like, okay, if I want to make $10,000 because that's going to set me free from my 9 to 5. Okay, deal. So how do we make that happen? Let's say, for example, you're working in the state of California. Well, in the state of California, you can claim up to 10% of any claim that's out there. So if you go through San Diego County, you guys can do this right now as you're watching this video. You Google search San Diego County excess proceeds, San Diego County tax overages. Okay. One of the two is going to take you to the tax clerk's website. You're going to go there and then you're going to look for anything that is of excess proceeds. You're going to look up that list and it's going to pull up a bunch of names. You're going to find these names with, with a dollar amount of like how much the overages is, or excess proceeds is what they call it sometimes. And that's the money that's owed to the homeowner that just got foreclosed on. Simple stuff, you guys. You're doing this all from your laptop. You could do this from the beaches of Jamaica, the islands of the Philippines. You could do this in Puerto Rico. You could do this in California. It doesn't matter. You can do this wherever you want and make a living off this. Okay, I do it. And all you're doing is you find the information on that tax website that's free. You just Google it. And then you do a search for what's called an APN or a parcel number. You search it, you get all the information you need. And the next step is you just do some skip tracing and you get more information to contact the individual. But here's where people go wrong. They get the phone number and they just start making phone calls aimlessly. And then people don't pick up, they get frustrated and they move on to the next person. You see, I do things a little bit different. You see, I put on my investigator hat. So if you're an escaped fugitive and there's $1 million bounty on your head, and the question is Joe, can you get a hold of this person within a week to 2 weeks? And if you do it, you're going to get paid very well, very handsomely. So I'm looking for a deal that's going to pay me anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. That's the deal I'm going after. I'm going to look up everything. All right, write this down. Social media, relatives, mailing address, phone numbers, associates, emails, text messages. Okay. I just named off 7 different ways you can get a hold of an individual by sending them letters, making your phone calls, sending emails, doing everything short of just knocking on their door. And you can actually do that too if the people are local to you, but just really doing everything you can to get a hold of this individual or to get their attention. So now they are responding to you and they're ready and willing to work with you because you've gave them enough information through all those means of trying to contact them. Now they know where you're coming from. They're aware of you, and now they're ready to do business. You guys, it's not hard, but you have to be creative. You have to put in the effort. And when they say yes, you process the claim for them, and then it's just a waiting game. You're just literally waiting for them to respond, waiting for the county to respond back to you so they can pay you your money, and then your client gets paid their money. And you get 10% of whatever's out there. So if there's $100,000 owed to that person, you get $10,000. Say if you go for a smaller account and it only pays $5,000, you already know the math. You already know an approximate of how much you're going to get paid before you even get in contact with the person. You're dictating your own salary by understanding what the numbers mean and knowing where to find these people and then closing the deal. But you have to be more than just a cold caller. If you're cold calling people day in and day out, you're going to do terrible at this business. You cannot be a cold caller. Okay. People don't respond well to cold calling. Matter of fact, most people won't even answer their phone if they don't recognize the number. So why would you spend majority of your time trying to cold call people? This is a business, you guys. This is a business. So when you're running a business, you better run it well. You do all the things possible to get somebody's attention. And once you get their attention, you can get their business. I didn't go to Bed Bath & Beyond just because they cold called me and said, hey, we got a lot of cool kitchen supplies. Why don't you come over to Bed Bath & Beyond? No, they sent me things in the mail. They sent me emails. They sent me text messages. I drove by, I seen them. I'm aware of who they are now. All these things, like I found them. I came across them on social media. You can find people on social media through your skip tracing efforts. You know that, right? You can find people as long as you have their name and maybe their email or maybe like the location it might be in. You can narrow it down to that person. You really can. And you can reach out and get their attention. So there's many different ways that you can make these deals happen, and you can start earning an income and you work for yourself. And now that you're a legitimate business and you're running and operating a business out of your home, you got up to 400 tax deductible resources every year. So now you're saving money at the end of the year with the IRS because now you're a legitimate business. Because I always tell people, don't do this if you're not a business, because you're missing out on money. At the end of the day, you say you want to make more money. Well, don't make more money for the IRS. Make more money for you. Keep more money in your house. Like, these are the things that you guys need to think about when you're running your business and doing everything that you're capable of doing. It's not hard, you guys. So this is exactly what I do when I'm working with these foreclosures and when I'm looking for investments with foreclosures. Instead of looking for the information that's after the fact, you get into what's called a pre-foreclosure. And a pre-foreclosure is a home that's in distress. That's someone who just can't afford their home for one reason or another. We're not going to get too deep in the weeds on this video, but for whatever reason, they can't afford their home. So you get in front of that home, you make contact with the people the same way you got a hold of them. Doing your tax overages research is the same way for the pre-foreclosure. If you guys watched any of my other videos, you guys know how to find pre-foreclosures. You literally go to multiple different sites, foreclosures.com, auctions.com, Craigslist, Facebook Market. You're going to find homes and people need to get rid of these homes. They need to get rid of them now and fast. And you make contact with the homeowners and you find a way to do a creative deal to where you don't have to come out of pocket any money. Of course, I teach that in my course. We got a new course we're launching. So hope you guys are getting excited about that. But you can literally acquire someone else's home as an investment home without coming out of pocket any money. Why would you not want to do that? You just created rapid passive income for yourself just by finding someone who is abandoning their home, vacating a home, don't want the home, whatever the case may be. You went ahead and you took over the home as your own, fix it up the way you like it, and you start putting renters in there, whatever it's Airbnb, long-term rentals, whatever the case may be. You got someone in there that's taking over the home so you can move off and do the next one. But meanwhile, you're compiling this reoccurring passive income month to month. So to wrap things up, you guys, here's my advice to you. If you have an idea and you know you want to work for yourself, that's step one. You determine that you're sick and tired of working your 9 to 5, and you can commit to yourself and make the sacrifice needed to run and launch a business. And you're not going to try to duct tape it together. You're going to run a legitimate, well-run oil business. You've made a decision that you're going to invest in yourself. Okay. That's number 2. And then lastly, at the end of the day, you have to remember this is your dream and nobody's else. You don't need to ask for anyone's permission but your own. Once you give yourself permission, go for it. Go for it. That's it. And then you started the first. But you tell yourself these things. I need to think about it. I need to ask someone for permission. I'll figure it out on my own. Those 3 things right there is why most people never survive as an entrepreneur. That's that right there. You're just digging your own entrepreneurial grave and you're just burying yourself because it never works like that. It never works out like that. So for those of you guys who found value in this video, please, please, please share in the comments where you're from. If you guys want to join my academy, again, I'm closing the doors this month. I'm not taking anybody else on for coaching for the rest of the year after November. We are extremely busy and we're getting full fast. So if you want to get into the academy and you want to find out more details, just write the words "I'm in." I put a free training for those of you guys who want to learn more about tax overages. That's in the description right there. But just comment "I'm in." I'll let you know what my academy. I don't do sales calls, so don't worry about anyone getting sold. It's just I'm going to tell you what the academy is all about. And if you're a good fit, we'll bring you in. If you're not, sorry. It is what it is. But I want you guys at the end of the day, follow your dreams, pursue your dreams, do what you need to do. And remember, you're building a legacy for you and your family. So no matter what path you choose for yourself as an entrepreneur, just remember the phrases that I told you that kills people's dreams. All right. I never tell myself that I'm going to think about it. All right. I already think things through before I get to the point to where I made a decision. Once you make a decision, it's already been thought about. Now it's time to take action. And if you can't take action and you can't be decisive now, you're going to be a terrible CEO later because that's all you're going to be doing, making decisions, making sacrifices, making things happen. So you start climbing that ladder to making that financial target, those goals that you set for yourself. That's the way to get there. You got to be courageous. You're going to be scared sometimes, but trust me when I say this, if you do the things that average people don't do, you will be excellent at whatever it is you put your mind to. All right. Anyways, guys, I got to go. I got a team meeting. It's a real estate day today. I got to get out of here. See y'all later.